How many of you guys ever bought courses? Ever bought courses, whether it's from a webinar, whether you've seen something on YouTube or an ad, and you said, "Listen, I would like to do that. They're making money. I'm pretty sure I can do the same thing." And it just seems like no matter what course you actually get hooked up with, how much money you spend on it, it doesn't really seem to work. I know I can't see you guys' hands, but I'm pretty sure some of you guys can relate to me. And we're going to talk about a few things that gurus simply don't tell you. And we're going to talk about this right now. What's going on, you guys? It's Felicia here from Valuable Referral, aka Valuable Mindset. And all I do on this channel is simply refer value to the entrepreneur, that 9-to-5, or who wants to get out the 9-to-5 and actually sustain a lifestyle for his or herself and their family. That's all I do on this channel, is refer value to help you win. Today we're going to be talking about a lot of gurus out there, and it's not bashing anybody. It's actually just trying to bring realization and be honest with the people and to help you guys out in understanding what it really takes to actually make this work. And number one, a lot of gurus simply don't tell you that there really is no easy magic to making money. There really is no quick fix. There's no quick get quick schemes, and if there is, it's very, very, very short-lived. I'm telling you, very short-lived. Something that you can just display out there, and then once people buy it and they realize it really doesn't work for them, in the long run, you simply have to change your name. You simply have to go out of town, go out of country. And who wants to do that? Just to go to the next town and the next town. I believe there was a story like that. Somebody that was actually just defrauding the people, and I believe it was like an old Western story. He got caught, and sadly, like, they stoned him or something like that. Anyway, so we don't have to worry about that. So this is a few things, a few tips, a few things, like about 5 things that gurus simply don't tell you that people get trapped in. And number one is, there is no get rich quick scheme. Everything you do, everything that you actually go into, whatever it is you decide to do, whether it's e-commerce, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Facebook ads, whether it's Twitter and Snapchat, everything is a process. And a lot of us, we fall in love with the end result, not seeing that there's work to be done. And I know a lot of us know that there's work to be done, but we think that we can just do it like that. And that's not true. So that's one of the things that gurus simply don't tell you. Number 2, even if you invest money in a course or even in a coach, it still is going to take time. That's another thing a lot of gurus don't say, or fail to say a lot of the time. They basically say, okay, all you gotta do is do this, go to this, that, and the third. But if you don't put in the most valuable thing that you have, which is the time to study, to actually learn, to implement, and to do it again and again and again and again, then it won't help you. You know what I mean? Because you can actually pay somebody to make you money, but if something happens to that person that's making you money, then you're back to being broke again, because the key source of knowledge was within them. So number 2, everything is going to cost you time. Number 3, the truth is, to a lot of success, I mean, talking about big success, I'm talking about making money, millions of dollars, like just waving at people on a yacht success. Everything takes persistency. And I'm talking about persistency where you have to keep doing it. You have to know that it does work. You have to put the faith in the person that you bought the course from, especially if they're real people. Like, I'm not talking about people that just kind of like spammy and scammy type of people, but people who's rich. And this is what they did to become rich. You have to know that everything that they did took a lot of time, but it also took a lot of testing. So if I tell you to play a song, and you say, well, I can't play, and I teach you and I show you the chords and how to play it, and I say, play a song. Okay, the first time you attempt to play it, it's not going to sound right at all. It's going to sound terrible, matter of fact. And you're going to be like, what's going on? You know how to play. How did you learn? I'm like, listen, this is exactly how I showed you how to actually play the piano. Like, if you keep doing it, it will sound, it will come together. So if I tell you and I break things down how you do it, and if you keep doing it, if you don't give up, guys, it worked for you. And that's a lot of things that another thing that a lot of gurus don't tell you is that, one, there's no quick fix, no quick money making thing. There's none of that. Two, you're gonna have to invest your time, even if you invest money. And three, persistency is key. And just testing and having the faith to actually be persistent, because that's really all it is. Like, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, I believe he spent 8 hours in the gym, and that's how he developed his craft. When other players were spending 3 hours in the gym a day, he was spending 8. So that persistency and that time that he put in that process, no quick fix, brought him to the level where he is. And the same thing, it just goes for the same thing. And I just really want you guys to get that, because if you really get it, you realize that, oh crap, all I gotta do is this, that, and the third. And it's like, it's not so much about the tactical things, really. It's really in the consistency, because you actually open your mind and start learning stuff that doesn't work and how to actually become a better you, as well as a better person that provides to others. Because we're really, even though we're making money, we have to make money off of other people. So we're really in a customer service based environment. That's just what it is. You might say you don't like people. Guess what? You need to start to like them, or start to tolerate them, because the only way you're really going to sustain a good amount of money and to keep a solid foundation is you have to be a person that's about the people. That's just the reality. And I don't want to damper anybody's emotions or feelings, but guess what? I'm here to tell you the truth, and that actually can help you and lift you up and actually build you up to where you're more solid than what you are, maybe right now. So number 4, what gurus simply don't tell you is that it's going to really cost you almost everything, almost all your energy, all your effort into this, because you need all of that to actually keep up with everything that doesn't work. So you need all of your energy, all of your focus. So if you're a person that's easily distracted, you need to set some time out to actually go into your space, go into your quiet mode, whatever that is. Get rid of people who actually are distractors. They just simply call you at the wrong time. You can't really do anything right. You can't even do anything, really solid, because they just they always call. I have a guy that I know. He's a former coworker of mine, and he always seemed to call at the wrong time. I'm talking about, when I'm in the shower, or if I'm driving. And I know we have Bluetooths in the car, but no, it was just the wrong time for me. Funerals. I mean, my man called me at. I was at a former coworker of mine who passed away with cancer, and he literally called me just right in the service. It's just that, you just have one of those people that just simply call you at the wrong time. Get rid of that. Quiet out your phone, and just focus on the course. If you have to stand up a little while, press pause, because you need all your effort to actually be persistent. That's going to help you be persistent if you actually eliminate the distractions, and it really is going to just save you so much focus, so much time, if you actually can dedicate at least 30 minutes. Guys, if we can dedicate 15 minutes in the shower, if we can dedicate an hour in the gym for those of us who work out, if we can dedicate an hour or 2, maybe 3 hours in a movie, we can definitely do this. You know what I mean? So it's just really what's your attention span and what you actually really care about. Now, some people, you're going to have to neglect those things that's not important. I'm not talking about, just isolate yourself from your family, but if there's something that's really not that of an emergency, and I'm not talking about, well, you told me to go, not to go pick up my kid. No. Pick your child up. Make sure everybody's safe. Feed them, clothe them, and everything like that. I'm not talking about that, but just certain things. You know that there's certain things, even within your family, that's not such a big issue that you can actually kind of, let me just focus on this first, and then we'll get to that later. You have to just give yourself a little bit more. And a lot of people don't realize that. They think that they just come in, buy a course, and just bam. Doesn't work like that. You really have to give yourself and your time and your effort and your attention span so much into the course or the coaching and whatever it is. And a lot of gurus simply don't highlight that. Some do. Some really are going to be honest with you. And then sometimes, even with that, it goes right over a person's head, because they're only looking at the reward. They're only looking at the person that's driving the Lambo or the Bentley or the house and the yacht. They don't look at everything else that person came to do to teach them how to make this work. And number 5, what gurus simply don't tell you. And it's not so much that gurus simply don't tell you, because, A lot of people do say that, but more of the course builder gurus, and I understand the reason for courses is actually to get that person to have their own time to themselves with their family, as opposed to having to answer to thousands of their customers. So they have their course in place. But a lot of times, a lot of success, especially people that's really, really busy. I'm talking about the people who are really busy that might only have maybe an hour or two, the most, a day to actually focus on their craft. Is the best way to become successful in anything that you do is invest in mentorship. Mentorship is more one-on-one coaching where you can actually reach that person and they can tell you, information on what to do and to hold you accountable for the things that you're supposed to do. Mentorship over courses is really the best thing. Don't get me wrong, courses are great. Some courses are extremely great, especially if the customer service is there and you can get your questions answered in a prompt time where you're not confused. And there's some courses as far as customer service guys are just crap. Some of them, you go on the Facebook Live and you're asking your question and it just gets jotted down because so many people are asking questions, and your question never gets brought up to the person who built the course and it never gets answered. But there's some courses that's really great on the money and actually answers your question in a detailed manner. I'm not talking about this one sentence, oh, just do this. And you're like, okay, I tried that. Can you give me something else? What else should I do? But mentorship is more personal and it does cost more money. So if you can discipline yourself to actually save that within the $3,000 to $5,000 range, or sometimes in the $1,500 range, depending on what it is you want to do, it really, really helps as far as the process and speeding up your success. When you can get all your questions answered, you can find out what's going on, you can have somebody come and look at your business, analyze it, check it for you, and say, listen, this is what you're doing wrong, this is what you should keep doing, and just stay on track. That's what you need. That's what I needed when I used to work as a New York State correctional officer, and I didn't have the time like that because some days I would work 3 to 4 days, 16 hours straight. So the only thing I wanted to do when I got home was sleep. And then, obviously laundry, cooking, and everything like that. So I needed that personal one-on-one to tell me exactly what to do. Now, my bonus on what gurus really highlight that it's a moneymaker for them, but it's a deterrent for you. So this is like the sixth, like my little bonus tip here. Gurus simply don't tell you to look at the process because it's not sexy. Because the process simply isn't sexy. It's really the ugliest thing to actually pitch to somebody. Lonely days, isolated times. Sometimes you're frustrated, you're angry, you might throw a few things, and just constant study. That doesn't sound very attractive, as opposed to, look, I can make $15 in 10 seconds every second. Click the link below. That sounds more attractive because you're like, oh, $15 a second? I can use something like that. And it sounds very attractive, and you come in and you buy these things. I'm not saying these courses are bad, but you buy these things and not realizing that you were only looking at it from one purpose, and that's from the money standpoint. But if you actually get out of what it is financially that you want, because let's say whatever it is you're good at, money's gonna come to you anyway. Like, you shouldn't even stress that. Honestly, that's just what it is. It took me a long time to believe that, but if you really know what you're supposed to do, know what you're good at, I should say, and you find a course that complements that, you have nothing to worry about at all. Like, that's just, it's just a matter of time for you to just critique whatever it is you need to critique, and boom, it will work for you. So what I'm trying to basically tell you is, look at it from a passion standpoint. Russell Brunson simply said, there's three major, he wasn't the first one to say this, but I've heard it from him first, and then other people, I heard it later on, so I'm just going to give the props to Russell. He simply said there's three basic needs of a human being: health, wealth, and relationships. And those submarkets is actually what breaks down what it is that you can actually create your blue ocean in. So let's say health. The normal health is the 5 food groups and things of that nature. But let's say the submarket is something like keto or blood type diets. Some people can lose weight based on their blood types, or the Atkins diet. So those are sub-marketing, or nutritional, alkaline foods, and strength training. Those are sub-markets that you can create your own blue ocean. So if you look at it from a standpoint of simply finding out what it is that you actually like a hobby of yours. You know, maybe you're a person that actually can talk about relationships or motivation and give advice to people. People take you on your advice because you're a good person, you're reliable, you're trustworthy, and you give simply good advice. You're in the relationship space. You know what I'm saying? And the wealth, obviously, the entrepreneurs out there, the real estate mongols, people that actually talk about money a lot. You actually need to get into a space where you know this is what I like to do. Because if you're only looking for it from just a financial aspect of it, you're doomed. Because you're going to get frustrated that the first 10 times it might not work. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes there is luck plays a factor in there, and you do get lucky. But a sustainable way where you actually know that you know this makes money all the time because you mastered what didn't work. Now what didn't work is gone, and whatever it is that you know remains, and that's something called mastery. But if you only look at it from a financial aspect, it doesn't work no matter what course you buy, no matter who was the guru that said he can personally coach you. If you don't really care about what it is that you're learning to make the money, it simply won't work for you, because the weight of whatever comes with the success you won't be able to bear. If that helped you, if that just sparked a light bulb in your mind, click that like, click that notification bell, click that subscribe button, and simply be in the know and on the know. I do this simply for one reason and one reason only, and that's because you guys are worth it. See you next video.